Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, Ubisoft's latest gaming entry has finally arrived. Star Wars Outlaws has now released, and the public seem to be enjoying it. But the breakdown for this video, we're going to be hopping over to Metacritic, and we're going to be checking out the gaming outlet reviews to see what they say about this title. Also, we have some fun posts on X, which we're going to be checking out and diving into also. So, without further ado, let's jump over to Metacritic and let's see what the majority of the gaming outlets have to say about this game, because these days Star Wars is quite a contentious property, IP, and there's a lot of varying opinions, whether it's TV shows, whether it's the movies, or whether it's the games. So I'm very curious to see what the outlets have to say in regard to Star Wars Outlaws. So, landing over here on Metacritic, let's go down, let's check out the score for this game, and also let's see what the outlets have to say in their reviews. So, Star Wars Outlaws, 77 out of 100 based on 66 critic reviews. So for a Star Wars game, I think that's a great score. That's nothing to be sneezed at. 77 out of 100, that's a great score, and there's plenty of games that would love to achieve that score, but unfortunately don't. So let's go down and let's check out the positive, mixed and negative reviews for this game. So the breakdown here, we have 77% positive from 51 reviews. We have 21% mixed from 14 reviews, and then we have 2% negative from only 1 review. So, in the entire amount of reviews on this platform, it only has 1 negative review, which is saying something, guys. So the majority of the outlets are really enjoying this game or have a mixed experience, but there's only 1 negative review. So that's kind of great. So what we're going to do is, we'll check out 3 positive, 3 mixed, and then we'll check out that 1 negative review, just so we get a great sample size overall of what people think about Star Wars Outlaws. So let's start off here with the positive reviews. So this first one comes to us from NME, and it has 100 out of 100, which is fantastic. So Outlaws feels like a proper Star Wars game, but it isn't tied down to the Skywalker saga. That's the one thing that they make a mistake with in Star Wars, in the movies and TV shows, as well as the games. They tie everything to the Skywalker saga, and they really need to get away from it, and it looks like this game has done just that. So the world feels suitably massive, with plenty of places to explore, skills to learn, and dodgy dealings to get involved with. Developers have cherry-picked the best moments from groundbreaking titles such as Uncharted. My favourite game of all time is Uncharted, Tomb Raider, second favourite game of all time, and The Witcher to create a unique, cohesive Star Wars title. So yeah, guys, I think I might have to just pick this game up for myself at some point. I don't own it as of yet. I wanted to wait for the reviews to come out, but yeah, I think I'm definitely going to get this game at some point. So the next one from Gamers Heroes, 95 out of 100. So Massive Entertainment created a breathtaking environment across the galaxy, delivered a fast-paced combat system true to the Scoundrel style, and crafted a story that rivals modern movies. Star Wars Outlaws is, simply put, the Star Wars game of a generation. That's a big statement right there, a Star Wars game of a generation. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be other Star Wars games that will come out in the near future that could potentially trump this, but Star Wars game of a generation, they obviously really enjoyed this game to come out with a statement like that. And yeah, that was Gamers Heroes. So we'll do one more positive here from Digital Chumps. Star Wars Outlaws is definitely the kind of treasure that would be coveted by the seedy underbelly of the most notorious in a galaxy far, far away. By placing its narrative in a familiar timeline, but making it distinct from much of the tired Skywalker saga. Again, people stating, you know, that Star Wars ties itself too much to the Skywalkers, and it's great that this game has kind of removed itself from that. Massive Entertainment has created a rich Star Wars property with plenty of room to build off of, vibrant worlds full of opportunity, choice-based story beats, and key action set pieces will keep players engaged throughout and hopefully find a new scoundrel to admire with Kay Vess. Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to the central character, Kay Vess. There seems to be a lot of people that are enjoying that character. There's a lot of complaints about her looks. Obviously, it was based on a supermodel or something, I believe. And a lot of people are critiquing, you know, that the character in the game doesn't look like the actual model it's based on. But when you get rid of all that kind of fluff, if the character is energetic and compelling, then it will keep people coming back to the game, which is great news. So let's move on to the mixed reviews. So, from Well Played, 70 out of 100. Outlaws will feel familiar because it is familiar. The gunplay is good. The mission structure is good. The stealth mechanics are good. The traversal is good. Using a lot of good in here. So individually, the components that make up Star Wars Outlaws are varying degrees of alright. So not the best, not the worst, just alright. But it comes together more than the sum of its parts. The rendition of the often explored sci-fi fantasy universe is authentic and immersive. Our protagonist is likable and energetic. Again, having a great protagonist is obviously going to help the game a lot. The narrative is colourful, and the Syndicate shenanigans are entertaining. There are plenty of flaws to point out, and I have, but when it comes down to it, I keep on coming back to one word to describe Outlaws, which is fun. Yeah, I mean, if it keeps you coming back to the game and it keeps you playing and keeps you wanting more, then the game is doing something right. It's obviously, you know, enjoyable, and this reviewer liked playing the game, which is great to hear. So from comic book, 70 out of 100 also. While I finished the main storyline and got a fair amount of exploration in, I'm already fairly excited to load up Star Wars Outlaws some more today to get back into the aspect of the game where it's at its best, exploration. Though I'm not particularly enthralled to have to sit through more of its gameplay. So this person is saying that the exploration is actually more fun than the gameplay itself, which I guess is saying something. If exploring is more fun than the game mechanics, that's a kind of a negative in my opinion. But again, this is a mixed review. So, you know, we all find different things from games, and this person obviously found the exploration more fun. So, that's saying something in their opinion. So, I'm going to miss out the gamer. Let's go to IGN, because that's obviously one of the biggest outlets. So, this will be the third mixed review here that we'll check out. So, 70 from IGN. Star Wars Outlaws is a fun, intergalactic heist adventure with great exploration, but it's hindered by simple stealth, repetitive combat, and few too many bugs at launch. So when it comes to the bugs in this game at launch, we are going to be checking out some X posts in just a minute that show off these bugs, and they're quite funny. But the fact that it says simple stealth, repetitive combat, for a lot of people, the combat system within this game is going to be a make or break. If it's boring, if it's dull, if it's repetitive, the combat scenarios, then people are going to lose interest in this game pretty quickly. So whether they're going to patch it or upgrade it at some point, add new guns and things like that, we'll have to wait and see. But the combat system will definitely define how long people find this game interesting. So let's move on to the one negative review that there is. So this comes to us from Eurogamer and is 40 out of 100. So massive bravery peels away the many layers of Ubisoft open worldisms. In Star Wars Outlaws, it's a fatal error. That sounds like it was written by AI or some sort of bot. Massive bravery peels away the many layers of Ubisoft open worldisms. In Star Wars Outlaws, it's a fatal error. That's not even a cohesive sentence. That doesn't make sense. That sounds like it was written by a bot to me, or AI, like I said. So I don't know how to comment on that. Bravery peels away the many layers of Ubisoft open worldisms in a Star Wars Outlaws. It's a fatal error. Yeah, there's no context. There's no kind of... Yeah, I really don't understand that. But anyway, Eurogamer gave it 40 out of 100. So there we go, guys. So that was kind of a bit of a breakdown there of the overall kind of sentiment of the gaming outlets when it comes to reviews for Star Wars Outlaws. Like I said, 77 out of 100. Nothing to be sneezed at. That's a great score. There's plenty of devs out there that would love to achieve that score for their games. But with that done, let's hop over to X. Let's check out some funny bug videos and other kind of interesting posts that some of the fan base have put together and see what it has to show us. Coming over here on X, let's check out some of these videos. Some of them are bugs, some of them are quite cool. Let's see what it has to show us. So this first post comes to us from Cami. Star Wars Outlaws needs a few patches to deal with the bugginess. Kind of hard to do stealth when stuff like this happens. Okay, so there's some sort of bug here on a stealth mission. So let's check this out. And by the way, this video has 2.6 million views, which is kind of crazy. So, okay, so we're on a stealth mission here. There's a few bad guys. Okay, we're sneaking up to do a stealth takedown. What the fuck? Let me play that again. So she grabs the guy doing a stealth takedown, and then it kind of teleports you into the open where every enemy can see you. Like, what the hell? Look, so she takes him down, and then it literally zips you across the map into the full view of, like, all the enemies. What the hell is going on? Major broken mechanic. Blaine Smith, I love how that dragged you into the viewing arc of every single nearby enemy. Yeah, I mean, that's going to take the stealth out of the stealth gameplay for sure. Whether that's a regular occurrence or whether it's a sort of 1 in a million bug, I'm not sure. But that's definitely going to break the stealth aspect of the game for sure. So let's move on to the next post here. So, from Daily Star Wars Games. Point your blaster at Nix in Star Wars Outlaws and you'll get a fun moment like this. Okay, so you point your gun at the little pet dog thing here, space dog, whatever it's called. Let's see what happens. He's pretty cute, I have to say. Okay, so what's he...
Pew pew.
Oh, that's actually really sweet. So you point your blaster at him and then he plays dead. It's kind of fun that they put a little thing like that in, like a little mechanic. That's attention to detail, because there's not many players that are going to actually do that. And the fact that the dev took the time to add that thing in, you know, attention to detail, like I say. So it's kind of cool that they did that. So moving on to the next post from Grim Hollywood. Star Wars Outlaws is 100% bug-free. But I have a feeling this video is going to show us otherwise. So let's have a look.
Oh, yes, my man. I ride in style, baby. Look! Oh, she's using the Force! She's using the Force!
What the hell?
Okay, got the Force, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Use the Force, you must, Kay. Okay.
So she's actually supposed to be on the bike, but she's not on the bike. So that's bugged. And then the bike is moving around without her on the bike. Yeah.
Oh, God. I'll see you over there, Kay. We'll catch up with you, okay? I'll see you at the base. It gets me rad and dirty. Trying to catch me rad and dirty. Trying to catch me rad and dirty. If you get the gold edition like I got.
The gold edition. Oh my god. Could you imagine you paid like $100 and something for this and it just doesn't work properly. But the fact that the bike is riding around here without anybody sat on it. That's kind of funny in my opinion. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is the level of Star Wars Outlaws AI. I have a feeling that this is going to be bad. What? He's just sat on his speeder up here and like is stuck. Is stuck on this asset here. And these guys over here aren't even shooting. So I was saying at an earlier point in this video, based on the reviews, I might pick up this game. But after seeing these bugs, I'm kind of like, they need to do some major patches before I consider picking up this game. The AI is just busted and broken. This guy here on the speeder kind of trapped. So we've got our last X post here, guys, and then we'll finish off the video. So this comes to us from Sting. Can someone tell me what the hell is going on? Okay, so I have a feeling that something bad's going to happen here. Another stealth takedown. What? So it looks like there's like 1 or 2 guys. You can see 1 or 2 guns here. She does a stealth takedown and then literally multiplies by like 20 people. So there was like 20 enemies kind of like compiled into one. And it looked like there was only 1 or 2 enemies there. And then she does a stealth takedown and then it like multiplies into like 20 different enemies. Like I say, guys, I don't know if this is reminiscent of the actual game and if there's this many bugs in the game in its totality, or if this is just kind of very rare 1 in a million kind of bugs that people are catching footage of. But either way, if you've paid for the deluxe version or the whatever the special edition of this game is that costs ridiculous amounts, if you encounter these bugs, I'd be pretty hacked off paying that amount of money to see these kind of bugs in a game that I've paid good money for. But yeah, guys, so that brings us to the end of the video there. So we've kind of had a look at the reviews here. They're mostly positive, a bit mixed, and only 1 negative. And then there's kind of these really bad bugs within the game. But I'm sure they're going to do a patch in no time to kind of fix these kind of issues. Well, you would like to think so anyway, based on the amount of money that people are paying for the game. But guys, I throw it off to you. What do you think? What do you think about these reviews? Have you picked up the game for yourself? Are you currently playing it? And what do you think about it if you are? And also, what do you think about these bugs? Have you encountered any of these bugs yourself if you are playing the game? Throw your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below in the comment section. Cannot wait to hear from you guys who are currently playing this game. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot. Hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.